What's up, guys? We're here. Gordon and I, John, are here to talk about the Netflix Walkout and a couple of points that we want to talk about. We're not going to talk about all of it. We'll post a link to the whole spreadsheet of things that they want, all the demands.
Dude,
we want to talk about a couple of
the demands are going to scroll through the screen right now. Okay, if you can read fast, you'll get all of it.
So check those out, but we wanted to talk about a couple things.
Yeah. First, let me just go over a couple terms so I don't have to repeat them. ERG stands for Employee Resource Group, and I think they're specifically talking about the Trans Employee Resource Group, and BIPOC stands for Black, Indigenous, People of Color. Okay.
That's just to help clear things up when you read the actual demands themselves.
So one of the main demands, and I'm not going to go through it word for word here, is they want to increase trans and non-binary representation within the company. They want management positions filled by trans and non-binary. They want a person who goes to find content creators to be trans and non-binary. They want the person who oversees content and makes sure that it's not harmful to trans communities is trans or non-binary. They want content creators that are trans and non-binary.
Yeah, we could go on, but this is really difficult. This is a hard place to put a company in, a company as large as Netflix.
The reason it's difficult is you might want to believe, and we actually looked up a couple of studies that went over people's perception of population density. You might think that there's like a large population that is trans or non-binary, but the data available, and there's not new recent data that's available and concrete about it, but the latest data seems to suggest that the trans population in the U.S. is about 1%. It's about 1%.
It's less.
And that was like from 2016, so I'm going to give them better benefit of the doubt that it's 1% now.
Fair enough.
1%. So you're asking for Netflix, one company, to swoop up all these trans non-binary people and to put them in all these positions. But it's 1% of the population. Where are they going to find all these people?
Some people that are qualified.
Yeah.
And able to do that job.
The chief qualification...
And are interested in doing the job, too.
Their chief qualification can't be that they're trans or non-binary. It has to be they can actually do the job. Otherwise, they're going to make the situation worse because they won't even be able to pick good content. They won't actually make decisions that support the trans community because they don't know what they're doing. They're not good at the job, right?
If the company's goal is to do that, is to promote LGBTQ plus or trans, all that, content, they just need to find the best person that can carry that out.
When NASA wanted to find not just white people to be astronauts, they did funding. They created programs for people from underprivileged communities to go and learn about space travel, et cetera, et cetera. So Netflix would have to create something like that. That's a huge endeavor.
I think the biggest thing that they need to do is define the word transphobic.
Yeah.
And transphobia, because there is no clear definition, and I mean detailed, very specific, of what a business has to do or a project has to do to not be transphobic.
Yeah, I see what they're going for. I don't want to watch content where it's just white people who, are like, white power, black people suck. I would rather Netflix flag that for me. Like, yeah, you probably want to check this stuff out. So I get what they're going for here, but we have to define what those terms are, and it has to be concrete.
But it's also very subjective, so I think it's impossible for them to define what it is. Because it becomes just slander. People just use it to slander people.
Frankly, there is no warning that I'm about to watch some, stuff about hating black people.
Yeah, people have called us transphobic for and we never gave our opinions on it.
Yeah, we were just supporting someone else's ability to express their opinion on it.
So it's just a word that is thrown around at people too much. Now, I'm not saying everybody does that, but it is done.
Yeah, if they're calling us transphobic and we haven't even expressed our opinions,
dude,
then is it even about our opinion?
It's not.
No. Here's a big one. They want Netflix to admit wrongdoing.
That's such a ridiculous... That's such a difficult task. One, because trying to get somebody to admit fault if they don't believe it is really difficult.
And even if they do admit fault, you haven't made any progress because they don't believe they did something wrong. So I think you should focus on making steps to, if you really feel like they did something wrong, get them to see what it is that they did wrong. And if they feel like they did something wrong at that point, then they'll admit fault on their own. And I think that's the best you can hope for with that.
And I think the last point that we need to make is about money.
Mm-hmm.
Netflix is going to do whatever it can to make the most money possible.
Yeah.
So whatever demands you have, if it's going to take away from their money, they're not going to do it. Just look at and if something will make the money, they're going to do it. No problem. You won't even have to force them to do it. You won't have to make a demand.
All your group needs to do is get data together to suggest that doing this content will make you money, and you bet they want to make money. So
it just goes to show you that they are making trans content. They're making LGBTQ plus content. They're doing that.
This is the craziest thing. Netflix is the largest.
They have the largest library.
Netflix has the largest library of LGBTQ plus content, and they also just have the largest variety of all kinds of content across religions, races, creeds, you name it. So they're the most progressive in this area out of any streaming platform, out of any platform.
It's a free marketplace.
So I feel like they're already meeting a lot of the demands that are being made, and you're just asking them to go at a pace that they just can't go. They're going in the direction as it is. And I think that, and you know what a big thing is? If they had asked, and they don't ask to remove the closer, and they're not asking anyone to cancel their Netflix subscription, because they work at Netflix and that's how they get paid, is Netflix makes money, right? So they're not asking for that. But if they had asked for that, and I know the trans community at large is asking for that, you're also canceling your support for all the LGBTQ plus content that Netflix supports. So can't have it both ways.
Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. That's just our thoughts real quick about this list of demands. Give us your comments, what you think. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe we're misinformed, so let us know.
Dude, we didn't do too much research, so believe me.
We read the list of demands. That's what we did. And then we looked up a couple stats.
We looked at a couple of stats. We didn't go deep. If there is a better study with more current data, I actually would like to read it. So if you have that, post that below. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, let us know.